Oftentimes, when you're designing for Amazon KDP, you need to make sure that you're lining things up correctly, and we make this incredibly easy inside of the BookBolt Studio by adding additional guidelines. So let me go ahead and show you how this works. We have selected the cover here, and all you need to do is click on this button right here. It looks like a grid line where you can add vertical lines and horizontal lines. So if I go ahead and do that, you'll notice there is a purple line being added by clicking the vertical line. And if I click the horizontal line, it will line up a line in the middle. The same thing can happen. Let me go ahead and save this. If you go to an interior page, we can add a vertical line to the page, or we can add a horizontal line to the page. Now, each one of these lines is movable by selecting them so that you can line up things that you are working on inside of the template. You can also go over here and remove all of the grid lines from the page, and you can also set these grid lines to all of the interiors. However, adding one line, vertical and horizontal, is not always the most helpful. So we've added the option to add a grid. So select the page that you want to start adding a grid. In this case, we're going to select page 1. Click on, in the left menu, click on the guidelines and then click add grid. This is going to ask you for the columns. So you can pick between a number of 0 and 18. So in this case, I'm going to pick 10 and click OK. And then it's going to ask you for the number of rows. And we're going to do the same with 10 and click OK. And we will see that it has now set those guidelines, both vertical and horizontal, across the entire page. If we go to page 2, you'll notice it is not there. And if you want to set these across all of your interiors, simply come over to the left menu, select Set to All Interiors, and this will then add it to every single one. If we go to page 2, it's there. Page 3, it's also there. We also have the ability, I'm going to remove all of the grid lines here and save the project. We also have the ability to change how these look by coming up here to Settings. Now in Settings, you'll see Guides and Grids are automatically selected. And we also have the ability to add object snaps, so when you are moving things around, they will snap to the grid lines that you've added, as well as the page edges, the page center, and the KDP margins. You can turn this off, or you can have it visible. Finally, we have the option to change those grid line colors. So if we look at the actual page, you'll notice that the outside is green. We can come up here and change this to any color we want, perhaps red. And now they are red, as well as the guideline colors. Remember, before they were purple. Perhaps we want to change them blue. And now we will add that grid. We'll keep it at 4 this time to make it nice and easy. And now they are blue.